another segment of Calling Out Your Team. Sticking with the NBA again for this one, talking about LeBron James and the Lakers. I guess kind of a quick note. Obviously, their season hasn't been going as well as they wanted to. They're kind of just fighting to stay alive for the playing tournament at this point. Not expecting them to really make much of a playoff run if they do make it out of the play-in. But kind of one of the topics of discussion the last few days, and I mean, really his whole career is where LeBron is going to end up to finish his career. And in this case specifically, will he be a Laker for the rest of his career? Um, Recently, in a press conference after a game within the last few days, he stated that he wants to be a Laker until he hangs it up, but also added that he would love the opportunity to play with his son when he enters the league here in the next few years. I think 2024 is what the earliest that Bronny would come into the league. Now, obviously, most players don't really have an effect on getting players to, go draft this guy, go get this guy. But as we know, LeBron plays a little bit of a GM role since he's been on the Lakers. I mean, really every team he's been on, he's kind of been, he has that effect of if he says something, he has some weight behind it to, if he wants the organization to go get a guy or maybe get rid of somebody and he says one way or the other, they often kind of take what he has to say into consideration. So given that the Lakers, I mean, pending how they are in 2 or 3 seasons from now, if they would be in the lottery, up for a lottery pick to potentially get Bronny, otherwise to potentially trade up for one of those picks to go get him as well, or once he's drafted, try to put a package together to go get him. Even though LeBron has said he wants to be with the Lakers for the rest of his career, we've heard these promises before when he was in Cleveland, Miami, as far as, we're going to get this many championships. I'm from Ohio. I love Cleveland. I'm staying here forever. And now he's left there twice. So I definitely see him jumping ship at some point if Bronny does go to a different team, kind of looking like it might be, I mean, Rockets, OKC, Magic, the Wizards kind of going on a downward trend, New Orleans, some of these bottom teams in the league that would go after him with a top 5 pick. But again, a lot of it has to do with Bronny staying healthy, making sure that he is going to end up being a top 10, top 5 player of his draft class once that time comes. So there's a lot of factors that come into what's going to happen. Is LeBron going to be a Laker for the rest of his career? Is Bronny going to join him there? Is LeBron going to jump ship and go elsewhere? I think that the chances of the Lakers getting Bronny are slim just because there's so many other factors that come into it. And we've seen LeBron jump ship before, so I don't see why he wouldn't do it again, especially to play with his son, which is one of the rare things to do in professional sports is play with one of your kids. So I think that LeBron doesn't end up being a Laker for the rest of his career. He does stick it out for the next year or two, and then obviously once Bronny becomes eligible to join the league, we'll see what happens then. But thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow along, and watch some of my other videos as well.